Hey,
Hey, hey,
hey,
hey, good afternoon.
what's
How
going
are you,
on?
Steven?
You
Oh,
always
man.
say that, "Good afternoon," but it's afternoon for you, but it's evening for me.
Well, I mean, when you're living in Arizona and I'm what, 3 hours behind you, so, it's afternoon here, but virtually we're in the same place.
Yes. Sure, we're on the web.
On the web. Great to see everybody. Thanks as always for tuning into Legends Center. I'm your host, Patrick, A.K.A. P-Dub from P-Dub's Arcade Loft on YouTube, and joining me as always is my co-host, Stephen Haywood, A.K.A. the Tech Buzz. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. It's been a good week for gaming. Busy.
Oh man, the announcements from all these companies have been very, very exciting for all of us to see. And in fact, there have been so many announcements. I figured we needed to kind of slow things down today. And I think the theme of this episode is let's talk. As you guys know, the eSports Summer League has just ended with more new fun events coming up along the way. And so for when it comes to esports coverage, we're not going to be able to show who was best in class or things like that. But there's been a lot of AtGames news, Stephen. A lot of big, big things were announced over the last week. And I think we should talk about it. What do you think? You
I
think
think I
so?
think s
I
I
think
think
so.
so. I think so. We should have showed Glenn for best in class because you missed him that week.
Yeah, yeah. My apologies to Glenn, our godfather Planamento, for not showing him in the summer league. I swear, sir, it was not intentional. So, very, very cool. I think what we should kind of do is kind of kick it off with, um, Stephen, if you're able to pull up the AtGames website for everybody, I would really like to, talk about something here. I'd like to talk about the new AtGames Legends Ultimate, the one that they announced is going to be released here in, is it September? I think it's September, late September.
I believe so. Hey, monkeys, hit the button, will you?
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Okay, so this is your new atgames.net website. Let's take a look at the e-store there. Let's go ahead and get in there. And what we want to do is after we pull that up, we want to take a look at the. I'm waiting for it to refresh on my end here.
Okay, we've got the cabinet here.
Yeah, so let's pull that up.
The world's first connect. Oh, whoa! Here we go. Here's the big long. Here's the here's the all the secret. Didn't you do a video on this where you showed like you zoomed in on some of them that were
Yeah,
grayed out?
yeah. I did do a video on my channel. Make sure you guys check it out. We definitely don't want to repeat the whole video, but Steven, I would love to get your thoughts on this. So we have our new Legends Ultimate. It's not really version 2. It's the same Legends Ultimate that version 1 owners have today, minus some cosmetic differences, as well as minus some differences in ports and compatibility. Technically, it's more or less a version 1.2, not really a version 2.0. I think there's some miscommunications out there in the community about that. And
So,
Stephen, what were your initial thoughts or questions on this particular device?
well, after seeing this, here I'll cut back to
Mhm.
us real quick. And so,
Yep.
my concern was, what does this mean for us Gen 1 guys? Whether you want to call this 1.2, 2.0, whatever. What does
Mhm.
this mean for us? Because does that mean we're not going to get any updates going further? Does that mean after so many months we're not going to get updates that everything's going to be focused on this? Kind of like what Apple and Google
Mhm.
do with their phones. What's
Mhm.
I mean, that's got to be a concern for, everybody out there, right?
I think it's a concern that could probably be alleviated because AtGames has done a wonderful job of building a platform that is future proofed. I mean, having a machine that is firmware capable, guys, the ability to update version 1.0 owners, including myself, including Mr. Haywood here, we are not going to be left behind, which is super, super cool by AtGames. We're going to get the same firmware updates. And also, AtGames announced that the games that are included on version 1.2, there's like 47 Taito titles. We're going to get those as well. They're going to be
Okay.
downloaded and they're going to be sent to us, and we're going to have access to those games free of charge, no cost. I think that that's pretty exciting.
Well,
What do
that
you what do you think? What do you think about that?
I think that's pretty good. I mean, I like to know this stuff kind of going forward because it seems like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but with the Legends Gamer, the Legends Gamer Pro, the Legends Ultimate, and the version 1.2 of Legends Ultimate, and then the Gamer Mini as well as the Legends Core. It sounds like they're going to do one firmware to rule them all. Like if it works on
Oh,
one,
I
it's going
love
to
that.
work on all, right?
My precious, my
Yes.
precious. Yes, yes, yes. That is super, super cool. And although as a content creator, I'm not looking forward to making four firmware video. I don't want to make four firmware videos a week, one for each product. So happy to see that the same firmware and stuff is going to be going out to all these devices because they're all going to be running. It's the same ecosystem, guys. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yep.
Um, Now let's pull that graph back up. Let's take a look. So the new version 1.2, it's going to have 300 games instead of 350. But then again, guys, we got some really good title games on there. I have
Yep.
a feeling a lot of the less desirable titles have been taken off. Maybe some of those old Atari games. Sorry, Glenn.
Well, let's
Sorry.
remember though there were some duplicates on the original too, so they probably removed a lot of the duplicates.
Yeah, because there were like three versions of Burger Time and stuff. When
Yep,
technically, in all honesty, we probably just need the arcade
we
version
do.
and
Yeah.
things like that.
What's the difference?
Um,
What's the difference between the core and the Legends Connect? I mean, because the Legends Connect. Oh, I'm sorry, Compact. It's so far away. Or no,
oh,
I
it's the
was right. It
connector.
is the Connect. What's the difference? They're both
Well,
compact
well,
modular devices.
well, let's move left to right.
All
So
right.
we have our Legends Ultimate, and this version will also have features where you could have interchangeable artwork as well as interchangeable control decks. That's right, guys. They finally confirmed on the Facebook fan page that your Legends Gamer and the Legends Gamer Pro are compatible with the version 1.2 cabinet. So you can swap that control deck for the gamer, giving you instead of 6 buttons, giving you 8 buttons if you want to play modern fighting games. But minus that though, you might possibly lose your spinners. Like, I'm not seeing a lot of advantages to swapping the deck. I think it's cool if you want to play modern fighting games that require 8 buttons, but in all honesty, I think my Gamer Pro is going to be in a separate room for me to sit on the couch and play games. It's not going to be plugged into my Legends. What about you, Steven? Or do you think you'll be swapping your decks?
Uh I don't think so. What I plan to do is, for those that don't know how my studio is set up, like right in the front I have that bar where all my equipment is on. I
Yeah.
actually in advance purchased some hinges, well not hinges, but shelf brackets
Uh-huh.
that
Uh-huh.
kind of come out like this and then have a little hook so it doesn't fall off. And I'm going to mount it
Mhm.
to the front of the bar and put the gamer on that. And I have a 56 inch 4K
Mhm.
TV that I use for my background for the other shows. I'm going to put
Mhm.
it on there and do battles on the big screen behind me, or maybe take it portably and put it on a projector screen. But in the arcade slash studio, that's what I plan to do with it, to put it up on the TV in the back of the arcade.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm jealous. I wish I had could do all that. I'll just come stay in your basement.
That was
I
good.
need to get out of this. It's 118 here. I need to get out of this
Oh
heat.
my goodness.
Okay, let's get back to the chart. We got a lot to talk about here. So taking a look at this chart. So we have our Legends Gamer and our Gamer Pro. And what I love about AtGames, Steven, is they're all about options, but not only that, they're all about taking care of the customers who bought their original products or reserved them. So if you recall, Steven, everyone who reserved the original Legends Gamer, the one without the trackball,
Mhm.
we were automatically updated for free to the Gamer Pro when they announced that the Gamer Pro was coming out. That is huge, in my opinion. Wonderful, wonderful way to think about the community by AtGames. And now, obviously, Steven, I can't wait to get my hands on the Gamer Pro. I know you can't wait to as well, correct?
That is correct. Any day now.
I mean, that device is going to have with the freedom of movement, guys, and the ability where you can take your device anywhere or project it anywhere or things of that nature. I think it's going to be that thing is gonna be a monster hit. I'm kinda worried that I'm gonna be, on the couch on my fat butt instead of standing in front of my arcade machine. You know what I mean?
Well,
And
look at this though, Dubs. All
uh-huh.
the people that complain about the heights on different arcade cabinets and different things like that,
Mhm.
now you can make your own height and you don't have to worry about it. You can make it to what you want.
Yes. Yes. That is an excellent point. That is an excellent point. Now let's kinda take a look here at, the Gamer Pro. Let me see here. I thought I had something special here. Did we get an update on the shipping on this thing?
Not to
Let's
my
take
knowledge, we haven't heard anything yet. But I
all
will
right.
say if
We
people haven't looked at this while he's looking for that, I really like on the Gamer and the Gamer Pro the buttons. P-Dubs and I were talking about this earlier that they included the rewind on the other on the Legends Ultimate on the first wave. You didn't have the markings for rewind player 1, player 2. It's on the control deck, but it's not like so if you change out your graphics like I did, you have no idea which one's rewind, player 1, the menu or player 2. Where on this one AtGames has a button, a custom button for the AtGames, which is white with a green AtGames at symbol for the menu, and then you have player 1 and player 2, which is great, Dubs, for people that aren't familiar with the cabinet.
Yes, yes, I would definitely agree with all those statements, Stephen. Taking a look here at I thought I had it right here. Apparently I don't. Oh, we'll find it when we go under the e-store. Let's keep moving along because we definitely want to get to the e-store soon. This is just the table of products. So now I did make a video, and in case you guys missed it, there were these 4 new products which are kind of grayed out that say Legends Gamer Mini, Legends Core, Legends Connect, Legends Pinball, all coming soon. Now, I put my own speculation video out there, but I think it's pretty obvious, Steven, that that Legends Gamer Mini is a one player device. Just
Hmm.
one joystick, 8 buttons. Wouldn't you 8 buttons? Wouldn't you agree? What are your thoughts about that instead of having this long control deck on your lap? What if you just wanted to play by yourself on a one player mini? What do you think about
Well,
that?
I think it's pretty cool. But what I
Mhm.
started thinking about when I seen your video on this and when I looked at the website, I started thinking, how many of us wanted to play 4 players, but we don't want to be huddled around the Legends arcade or gamer because there's only 2 sticks in it and we don't want to mod it? What if, again, this is speculation, nobody's told me any inside information. What if in the
Mhm.
future they're baking into the software for games like The Simpsons and Ninja Turtles? You buy these Legend Gamer Mini and people could sit like on a bar stool and we could play 4 players, maybe 6 players if you want to do like X-Men or something, where 2 guys are at the console and the other guys are kind of sitting there with their own almost controller on their lap.
Yeah, you never know. That would be cool.
I
What
mean,
if I mean,
what else would you use? I
when
mean,
we
you could get a small one maybe, no?
I think the key word to remember is back on episode, what was it, 3, when we had the lovely Cass on, Steven's childhood crush, from Chiscom. Yeah, you were fawning all over her like crazy. It was
No,
embarrassing to
if
the
I
show.
last
It
remember,
it was em
it was
it
you.
was embarrassing to the show and everything, you know? So, but when Cass was on and when Steven was fawning over her, I was sitting here professionally paying attention to what she was saying. And what she told us, guys, is the key word is connected. So when Steven, when you make statements like that, I think that that's actually possible. I think that that's could happen. We're not saying it is going to happen, but it could happen. What if you could have the gamer and then like a mini gamer? What if or using the gamer minis as player 3 and 4? I don't know. I think that's cool. Like we're speculating here, guys. We're speculating, but
Yeah,
I think that's
I
kind of
mean,
cool.
I think that's something. Or you're a college student. Maybe these are going to run for like $100 or or $75. I don't know. And
Mhm.
maybe it's for that person that just wants to have a solo gamer experience and just play people online. It's got the
Yeah.
4 buttons on it, just like or the 8 buttons, I should say, 4 buttons each row. But
Yep.
um, it looks for like the hardcore fighter, and that's kind of why I was thinking like for beat 'em ups and things like that.
Yeah. Okay, let's head back to the table. Let's look at the next one. Now, this one actually really excites me. The Legends Core coming soon. Now, why would they, Steven? And again, we're speculating. Why would they give us a Legends Core, which we all know that this is the actual guts? This is everything that you need. You plug this into your TV, and then it will Bluetooth connect to your gamer. So the actual motherboard, all the games, all that stuff, the whole ecosystem is built into this little device the size of a hockey puck. Why would they sell this to us separately, Steven? Why do you think they would do that? I have my own speculation on this.
Well, I think for the guys that maybe like to mod and they buy, cabinet parts and put together and they want to make their own Legends Ultimate, whether it be three-quarter scale or if it's just something where, again, going back to my thought about that single control panel, maybe that's an upgraded motherboard where you could put that to your TV and have four of those gamer minis like controllers, just like you would play any other console.
Right. Well, the way I look at it is the Legends gamer, you have to connect it to your TV using that. The hockey puck connects to your TV, right?
Right.
Now, for some people, your TV, when you plug it in, maybe it's a little difficult for you to access, like to easily plug in, unplug, some folks, they have, stuff in the way, you got DVDs and all this stuff on your shelf.
Oh.
So, but what if you said, "You know what? I wanna take my gamer and I wanna play it in a different room," right?
Yep.
Maybe instead of unplugging and moving stuff around, maybe you can have multiple, the gamer, Connect hockey pucks in different rooms, which to me, it almost sounds like having your own Roku arcade.
Yeah, then you
What do
just
you
take
think
the
about that,
controller.
Steven?
I like that idea because then you just take the controller anywhere you want, and
Yes.
and I was kinda thinking about that. I was
Yep.
thinking, like, when I get the gamer, like, if I have it downstairs, but if I wanted to play it in the living room, like you just said, I gotta
Uh-huh.
disconnect everything from the TV, and believe
Right.
me, in my studio, it's not easy to get to. Um, that would be sweet, but what do you think the price would be on that?
I don't know, but as long as it is competitive and fair,
Oh, yeah.
I'll definitely buy probably an extra one because I would love to have one for upstairs, one for downstairs. And again, guys, this is if P-Dub's speculation is correct. Can we travel? Can we take that gamer from room to room and just Bluetooth connect it to whatever hockey puck is in that room without having to fiddle with the back of your TV? I'll definitely be picking a couple of
You
those
know
up.
what? That would be
So,
good for portability, like, let's say you wanted to take it
uh-huh.
to you were traveling, and you wanted to take
Uh-huh.
it to a friend's house, or let's say you wanted to, like, for instance, I do a lot of work at the church. I could take that with me and do a game night with the kids, hook it up to a TV or a big projection 200-inch screen, and put it on a table, and they could have at it
Yeah.
without
Yeah,
tearing anything apart.
absolutely.
I like that idea.
Okay, so let's move on to the next one, and then we got a lot more stuff to talk about here. So we th- we have this Legends Connect, which when I zoomed in on that picture, it definitely appears to be a motherboard. And I put some speculation in my video. Steven, what did you think about that Legends Connect? And I'll see if we can add a little more color to this.
Well, the Legends Connect, obviously, like you said, it looks like the motherboard of the Legends Ultimate. Um,
Right, it's the motherboard of the Legends Ultimate. It's
so
definitely not the motherboard for the gamer.
right. So with that, there's going to be a lot more options than obviously the Legends Core. So maybe that would be the device that you put in if you buy a from a company that sells arcade parts. Like if you want just the wood from one of the companies, um, they send it to
Yeah,
you, and then you buy a screen on eBay, and then you could throw that in there because not everybody has room for full size Legends, and maybe that's AtGames' motive,
yeah.
or this is one of the replacement motherboards for people that maybe were modding and short
Yes.
circuited their stuff.
Yeah, yeah, maybe it could be used as a replacement board, but I honestly feel, in my opinion, and again, we're just speculating, that this is gonna be for DIY do-it-yourself kits. If you wanted to make your own Legends Ultimate, say, using a cabinet from, Tulsa Arcades, Rec Room Masters, Game Room Solutions, something like that. Oh, my apologies for that. And you if you didn't want to go the Raspberry Pi route, maybe stick this in there,
Yep.
right? And have that option. And that way you now have the Legends Ultimate. There have been some rumors going around that this is meant to be put into a competitor's device. Well, let me tell you guys, that is not what this is for, and you will not have the ability to do that. So this is not meant to be installed inside of a competitor's device. So let's keep that in mind. This is meant for DIY homebrew kits. Again, speculating, in my opinion,
Yeah.
building it from scratch. But I did ask them like, "Hey, if I took this competitor's product, could I put that in there?" And the answer was a definite no. It is not meant for that. There's no way to do that with this particular piece. So
So you'd have to
just a
buy
heads
your
up
own
there.
buttons, your own sticks. You'd have to buy it all separate from, rather than
Right.
yeah. But that's
Yeah.
good too because you don't know how the other ones would fare against it. Might short circuit it.
Yeah, yeah, and also too, this thing, the at games, they're meant to run on these, widescreen format ratios, right?
Yeah.
And those other products are not that, so it doesn't look good anyway. Even if you tried to do that, we've done an experiment video on my channel for that. Just a heads up. And then, of course, last but not least, we have our Legends Pinball, which this might be a concept photo. It might actually be the real thing. We don't know for certain. Now, what I did find interesting is AtGames did confirm on the fan page that although it looks like there are your flipper and nudge buttons on the side of the pinball machine, AtGames did confirm on the Facebook fan pages this week that they do give you the optional nudge buttons on the side, but the machine itself does indeed have the promised accelerometer. That way, you could either physically nudge the machine, or some folks they don't want to beat up their machines, banging them around, pushing them around. You could actually just use the buttons on the side. And if there's one thing we know about at games, they love giving people options. I think that
Oh,
that's
here
a
we go.
smart move for their pinball machine.
You
What's
know,
up?
no, you know what I thought of when I first saw this? Here, I'll go back to it. You know what I first thought?
Sure.
I thought they were trolling us at first because it resembled a certain other pinball machine that we've seen. And I'm just going to come out here and say it, and I hope they don't get mad. I thought they took the Toy Shock and just altered it just slightly because
No.
to troll everybody to get them to. Because it does resemble the Toy Shock a little bit. And
Yeah,
so I
not
was kinda
really.
like, but then I was like, "Well, it is a pinball machine, I mean, and that's a pinball machine, so, I mean, how
Yeah,
much
well,
different can you make it besides the back box
yeah,
and everything?" But
yeah, that's true. That's
I
true.
was like, "Dang you, At
Um,
Games."
So, and of course, they're going to have the 22 licensed games on here. We're still waiting
Yeah.
on final reveals, specs, photos, games lists, and all that kind of stuff. But everything looks promising so far.
I'm
I'll be
excited for that.
connecting. Right. I'll be hopefully connecting with Bobby King here in the next couple of days. Hopefully, I can get some more information and
Sure you
update.
will.
Well, yeah, we've been busy.
Sure. Well, I think we heard
Hey,
that a
man,
few I think we heard that a
they're
few weeks
they're
ago.
they're working hard to get this done. They're working hard to get this done.
Okay.
Okay, Steven, do me a favor and let's pull up our the e-store, the actual e-store,
Alright.
because
We'll have the monkeys go
we
back
definitely
to it, and I'll navigate. They got my computer here, see that? That's pretty cool.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes when we make production errors on this show, there's a reason
I
why,
told him
but
to
we're
let
not
me
allowed
do
to.
it. Told him.
All right, so no, get out of this. Get out of the Legends Arcade family. Go back.
I'm going back to the shop. That's what you said to go. Oh no, you don't want me to go to shop. You want me to go.
Yeah, just go to atgames.net and then the e-store is there.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm
don't get rid of that
I'm
arcades.
clicking on it right there. There we go.
All right, so there on the right, it says e-store. Click on the
I'm
e-store.
clicking on
That's
it.
where all
Calm
right.
yourself down.
Beautiful. Okay, let's kinda look here. So they obviously have click on arcades real quick. Let's see if they have the expected ship date on here for the version 1.2 pinball. I'm sorry, not pinball, arcade machine. If you scroll down kinda towards the bottom, it'll have like expected release dates. Let's see if we can confirm that or see if it's been updated
They got
at all.
nothing, man.
Nothing. Okay. Well,
Nothing.
I believe the emails they sent out said that this would be shipping in September. So get your reservations in now, guys, before they sell out. Let's go ahead and move over to the
You better hurry up.
let's
They're
move
giving
over.
us the warning that we got 5 minutes left in this show, so you better
Oh
hurry it up.
no, no, this is gonna be a different show. They could hack it. All right, go go over to accessories and let's take a look here because I wanted to get your thoughts on these as well as from the
Ooh.
community. Now, guys, as a reminder, if you are a version 1.0 owner of the Legends arcade machine, you can get the BitPixel LED marquee for only $100, normal retail $200. They did confirm that they have partnered with. I don't know if you want to go into it, so they could see some of the specs and stuff. They did confirm they did partner with Al from Pixelcade, so this thing is obviously going to be running the Pixelcade software. It's going to work with Pixelcade X. Now, as of today, it works via USB. The marquee has its own power supply, which you'll have to plug into like a power strip behind your cabinet. But then the USB cable is how you're going to connect it to either your USB hub on the front of the control deck, or if you have a separate one mounted elsewhere. Now, hopefully, down the road they'll be able to get this thing working, maybe possibly via Bluetooth. We'll see. But for right now, it will be a wired connection. Now, Stephen, you and I both have the Pixelcade marquee.
Mhm.
What do you think about everyone else being able to get a similar product designed in partnership with Pixelcade, with Al from Pixelcade and all that? What do you think about this for everybody else? Do you think this is cool?
I do think
I
it's
mean,
cool.
100 bucks. Yeah,
I'm
a
the
hundred
the only
bucks.
thing is
Awesome.
I removed mine from my Legends Ultimate and I put it up on the wall, because
Yep.
it just didn't quite match after I went to, and that's partially my fault because
Hmm.
I went to a Marble Madness cabinet. So I put the actual marquee sticker that came with it on a piece of plexi that our good buddy Angel sent,
Yep.
and I put
Hmm.
that on
Hmm.
there and stuck it fast. It doesn't look as good because of the oval cutout, but it works. So I put the Pixelcade above it,
Hmm.
in case I want to use it for like a DMD or something. But right now it acts as a decoration. It just loops through all the different games up on the wall.
Yeah, kind of like wall art and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have mine on my cabinet. I love it. And I know down the road, Al is working hard on giving us updates where we're going to have better graphics on there, better designs, leaderboard functionality, as well as animated marquees, which I
that'd be cool.
can't wait to get. Um, Now, also, if you want to flip back, they did announce their light guns. Now, in my video, I did say, hey, I'm not a big fan of the color. And in my video, I kind of made a boo boo. I said, hey, I wish this thing was black. But obviously, if this thing was black, considering it's a wireless gun, AtGames doesn't, it would be a devastation for our gaming community if some kid took this in the backyard or out on the street because it's a wireless gun and something unfortunate happened if other people thought it was real or law enforcement or something of that nature, right? So it makes sense that this thing is going to be brightly colored with a pretty large handle that kind of tells you, hey, this isn't real. But Steven, what do you think about the silver color? Because as I looked back at it, I was like, you know what, maybe if it was all blue with orange tips or all red with orange tips, kind of like traditional arcade light
No, I
guns.
kind of like this.
Or do
I like it
you do
silver.
like it?
Yeah, because it kind of reminds me of like Halo, because it's a
Mhm,
blaster. Okay,
mhm.
and just to kind of make everybody wise, by law, I believe any reproduction firearm or blaster needs to have orange on the tip too, as
Yep.
PDubs stated, to let law
Mhm.
enforcement know that it is a toy gun, so somebody doesn't actually get hurt in the process. But honestly,
Yep.
the silver, I like that better than them doing like that at games green on it.
Mhm.
I think the orange and
Ooh,
silver kind of stand out.
at games green? That's interesting. That would be
Yeah,
totally different. That would be
yeah,
kinda cool.
maybe, or look
I like
like a it would look like John Deere-ish. I don't know.
that.
Green
John
and
Deere.
yellow.
No, well, green and red, green and orange, maybe, who knows?
Then it'd be
There are
Halloween.
light guns. there are light guns on arcade machines that are green and orange colored. They're
Yeah.
red colored, blue colored. I think if they kinda, but it's important to note, guys, and, if the producers can go back to us,
Oh,
that
wait
way
a
we can kind
second
of.
here. Do we have a button here on the back? Like a like
Oh,
a
yeah.
like a joystick type thing?
Yeah, it looks like a little Joy-Con back there,
Yeah, it
doesn't it?
looks like something from the Switch. You have one of those little.
Yeah. Now, here's my suggestion for you guys is on all of the new products and accessories that AtGames announced you can make a reservation for, it says on all of them, these designs are not final. Everything is still going through its final motions and changes and things like that. And if you recall, guys, the Legends Gamer was one thing, and we put our reservations in, and then it became the Gamer Pro.
Mhm.
So if I were you guys, especially because you don't get charged when you make your reservation, I would get your reservations in because from what I'm hearing, big things are happening or could be happening with this light gun. So you definitely want to get your reservations in and hopefully, you know, because I'll be honest, I loved it when AtGames said, "Hey, everyone who made a reservation for the gamer gets the gamer pro." You never know. I'm speculating, no promises. If things change for, if things change, it'd be cool if if they did the same thing. You know what I mean? AtGames doesn't leave version one people behind, which is really really cool. So all in all, a lot of great updates, a lot of great accessories coming out. And this in the next 2 weeks, there are gonna be big changes with at games with the big 5.0 firmware over Labor Day weekend. I think they're really gonna start their end of the year, 4th quarter push, of production, accessories, the best firmware updates we've seen yet. In fact, guys, even though the firmware this week just included some leaderboard games, there might actually be another update coming later this week with another massive feature that
Nice.
we've heard whispers of. You know what I mean? And we're not allowed to talk about it, you know? Are we is there any hints we can give, Steven?
No,
No?
nothing.
Oh,
Nothing.
man.
Nothing. I just know,
Ugh.
actually I just know I'm going to hate it. That's all I'm going to say to everybody. I'm going to hate it. I'm going to absolutely hate it because I know what it is. And I'm going to absolutely hate it. So, I'm just saying. What are you
Yeah,
doing? Are you
guys,
going
we
to like a
can't tell you what it
nightclub or
is.
something or what?
Yeah, guys, we cannot tell you what it is or give you any hints, but all I can say is I'm gonna love this one. I
Absolutely
don't think
not.
Steven will.
No. I've already said I'm not going to like this one.
So stay tuned, guys. Your socks are going to get blown off in the next couple of days. Plus, we got major things coming in the next 2 weeks. There's going to be a lot of At Games coverage on our channels. Make sure you subscribe to the Tech Buzz. Make sure you subscribe to PDubs Arcade Loft. Make sure you guys join the official global At Games Facebook fan page to stay up to date on all the information for At Games. And I think that's all the disclaimers I have. What about you, Steven?
Well, yeah, I think that's before we roll out of here. I was just showing the producers. We want to talk about this for a second. Guys, get your content in, especially now. Get your streaming content, and we want to see it. Your footage, voiceover, tips, tricks, anything that you possibly have that you want to share with the community. We want to showcase it here
Mhm.
on the show. We want to make you the star. I mean, this is the community show. We're just the monkeys that sit here and talk about this stuff week in and
And
week out. But
yes, yes.
you can. I'll have P-Dub's cell phone in the description below for the email. But if you prefer to email us, you can do legendscentertv@gmail.com. The files must not exceed 2 gigabytes. And if it does exceed 2 gigabytes, feel free to let me know, and I'll be happy to give you P-Dub's personal Dropbox account, and you can upload it there. You
Yes.
don't mind, do you?
No, I don't mind.
Okay.
And Steven,
Yeah.
this was a lot of fun. It was nice to take a quick break from the esports. That way we can
Something
just kind of
different.
talk about the news. It was nice for that. But next week, guys, we want to get back to covering esports. Send us your footage. Send us your streams. Tell us what games you're playing. Send us your photos. Send us your memes.
Tell me when
And
I'm
send
going to
them
get my
all.
blaster. Tell me when I'm going to get my gamer, and tell me when I'm going to get my
Yes. Yes.
pinball.
Yes, guys. I mean, think about it. It's mid-August already. All the cool stuff
Hey,
is about
hey,
to come
this is
out.
family friendly. Watch it.
Guys, all the cool
That.
stuff is about to be released. So get hyped. The next few weeks are going to rock.
Oh,
This
there
is
you
Legend
go.
Center. I'm out.
Uh-huh. You had to do that. Say they cut us off. You see that? You do this every. They told you to watch.